It was a cold, foggy Halloween night when four friends Jake, Lisa, Mark, and Emily decided to explore the abandoned Blackwood Manor, a house infamous for its dark history. Legends whispered of a family that vanished without a trace, leaving behind a house cursed by their restless spirits. "Are you sure about this?" Emily asked, hugging herself against the chill. "Come on, Em. It's just an old house," Jake smirked, leading the group inside. The massive wooden doors creaked open, revealing a grand hallway lined with dusty portraits. The air smelled of decay and something foul, something rotten. The moment they stepped inside, the door slammed shut behind them. Lisa yelped. "That was the wind." "Right." Mark tested the handle. "It wouldn't budge. Looks like we're stuck," he said grimly. "Might as well look around." They moved cautiously through the house, flashlights flickering. Shadows seemed to shift along the walls, but every time they turned, there was nothing there. In the dining room, a long wooden table stood covered in dust. Plates and silverware were still set, as if expecting guests. Suddenly, a soft whisper filled the air. "Leave while you can," Emily gasped. "Did you hear that?" Jake laughed nervously. "Just your imagination." A door on the far side of the room creaked open by itself. Beyond it lay a dark corridor leading to a spiral staircase. Against their better judgment, they climbed it, the wooden steps groaning under their weight. At the top was a long hallway lined with doors. Mark reached for the nearest one and pushed it open. Inside was a nursery, untouched by time. A cradle sat in the corner, rocking slightly, though there was no breeze. On the wall, a music box began playing a slow, eerie lullaby by itself. Lisa gasped and grabbed Jake's arm. "We need to get out of here now." But the moment they turned back, the hallway had changed. It was longer, stretching into darkness. The doors were gone. "This isn't right," Mark muttered. "We came from this way." A child's laughter echoed behind them. The friends spun around, but there was no one there. Then, the cradle stopped rocking. The music stopped playing, and something whispered right in Emily's ear. "You shouldn't have come." Emily screamed, and the room exploded into chaos. The walls dripped with blood. The floorboards cracked open, revealing grasping, skeletal hands. A deafening wail filled the air as shadows took shape, twisted, ghostly figures with hollow eyes and gaping mouths. The friends ran, dodging the grasping hands, stumbling through the ever-changing house. The hallways twisted, trapping them in a nightmare maze. They reached a grand mirror in what looked like a ballroom. The reflection showed not themselves but the lost Blackwood family, pale, lifeless, watching them with sunken eyes. "You must join us," a deep voice growled. A force pulled at them, dragging them toward the mirror. Lisa's scream cut through the air as she was the first to disappear, her reflection swallowed by darkness. Mark tried to grab her, but his fingers passed through empty space. "Lisa!" Jake shouted. One by one, they were yanked into the mirror, swallowed by the abyss. Then, silence. The next morning, Blackwood Manor stood as still as ever. The doors remained locked. The dust remained undisturbed. But if you listened closely, you could hear whispers in the wind. And if you dared to look into the grand ballroom mirror, you might see 4 new faces staring back at you. Trapped forever in the haunted house.